Help support the companies that support our community. I'm using Stonecoat's Supercast for this project. So Bruce from Jordan Woodworks challenged me to enter the YouTube cross-channel challenge, and this month's theme is water, so I decided to go all traditional on this. I ran to the Dollar Tree and grabbed this cup, sprayed some of that mold release in there. It's called Stoner, and it worked fantastic. So the Supercast, you don't need a pressure pot with it, just pour it in nice and slow, and it worked out fantastic. I went ahead and made ice cubes out of the same stuff, the Supercast. So I did 3 different kinds. Did one with the phosphorus, the glow in the dark stuff, and one was white, and then one went with metallic, just to see out of the 3 which one looked more like ice cubes. And it turned out the white ones, I don't know, they just look more authentic than the other ones. But I just mixed that up, poured it into an ice cube tray. I got it at the Dollar Tree too. And same thing with that. I sprayed it with that stoner stuff, and it worked. You just twist it like a regular ice cube tray and they all just pop out. It was fantastic. I waited a couple of days for it to set up. This stuff is kind of a slow curing, so it takes about 48 hours for it to all set up. And I went ahead and put it on the lathe and started turning it. So what I'm just doing is I'm making a water glass. So went ahead and cleaned up the outside, started shaping it a little bit. For this I used the negative rate carbide. So I used the Easy Wood rougher to make a tenon on one end of it, and then I went ahead and put it in the chuck and started hollowing it out. And for the hollowing I used the number 1 hollower, but with the negative rake on it, and stuff just comes off there like butter. For the ice cubes, I'm gonna put some of them in the cup, but I also want one to look like it's sitting next to it. I'm gonna do a whole base for it. You'll see that in a sec, but I just sanded it up on the disc sander and just did a little bit of an angle so it looked like it was melting into the table. But I'll show you that here in just a minute. I wanted it to look like it was splashing out of the cup, so I used the countertop resin, just mixed it up. It's just clear, and I did it on plastic. It peels right off of plastic. You might remember last year we did the Easter egg or the Cadbury egg, and I did the same thing. I just poured that onto plastic, and it looks really cool. So I did a couple of tests the day before, and then here I'm just doing another one just to kind of show you how I do it. I end up using one of the other ones that came out a little bit better than this one, but you just drip it on there, let it set up overnight, and you peel it off. The thing is with this, the next day you can actually mold that stuff kind of any way you want. So I'm going to take it and stuff it down inside the cup, and it's still pliable enough to do just about anything you want with it. And then after I got that done, I poured a little bit more down on the for the ice cube. So I'm going to set the cup in the wet resin, and then I'm going to have it look like it's dripping around that, and then I put the ice cube down inside of it. So just kind of, I don't know, neat little display. One thing I did do is when I was trying to get it to run out from the bottom of the cup, I hit the side of the cup with the little stick, and I didn't want to mess with it and try and sand it afterwards. So what I did is I went around the rest of the cup and put some spots on it to look like the condensation was dripping down the sides of it. I think it looked pretty cool. I was hoping to just leave it kind of frosted looking, but I screwed that one spot up. So I just took that tongue depressor, put it on there, and then let it run down the sides. So it kind of gives a neat little effect, like it's clear in that spot, like a real glass would. But it was pretty cool. And then I took one of the drips, lined the cup with it, and then put the ice cubes in and just poured a little bit more resin inside of it to lock it all together. There we go. It's still a little bit soft, so it's drooping. I need to set it down on the table and let it dry for a few days. But I went all traditional. You wanted water, I gave you a big tall glass of water. It's the drips on it. They've been done for quite a few days, so they're not going to droop over anymore. It's about 6 inches tall, and again, I did the ice cubes out of the super cast and the glass. The stuff works great if you don't have a pressure pot, and then the countertop resin for that. Like the Cadbury eggs we did, that stuff works great. You just put it down on like plastic, any kind of smooth surface like that, and you can kind of draw out whatever you want on it, and then it just peels right up. So super cool. I will put a link down below to Bruce's channel. He did a cool project for the water theme this month, and I'm not quite sure whether they have a playlist of everybody that entered it, but I will check it out, and hopefully I'll put that down if they have a playlist of everybody, and then you can go check out all the other entries. But super fun project. Tomorrow, Saturday, we have the craft festivals coming up again. Again, it's starting out in England with Jamie Page, and it'll end up over here in the US with me. Bunch of great artists, creators, doing everything from, we got glass blowing again, resin, all sorts of cool stuff. So I will put a link down below to that too. And so what we did was we switched it. We have a YouTube channel now, so there'll be a playlist on there, and it'll actually just go right through everybody that's in the craft festival. So you don't have to search their channels anymore. We have links to their lives, and you can just go on, follow the link below in the description, and it will literally just run through everybody that's in the craft festival. So I hope you enjoy that. Bruce had a lot of fun making that. Never done anything like that before, but just a fun project, just playing around. All right, we will see you next week. We have another wood turning project coming up, and this time I'm going to do a box, kind of a different style lidded box. All right, we'll see you then. Take care.